There you go, Golden Oldie, Sister Sledge and Frankie here in the Edwina Gray Show, KCLR 96 FM. Well, they've just about made it. Yay!
Psychic.
Macro Grizzly. Yeah, how come you didn't see that coming, the traffic?
Well, I say I'm not psychic, but I just was there now.
Oh.
I just, you have to reserve for the right places. We were just shouting at traffic for the last 10 minutes.
Get out of the way! We're late for the
That is exactly. We've got the ads are on now. Let us pass.
You see, if you text me in the reg numbers, I could have said, could the Navy sedan pull into the hard shoulder? That could have worked pretty well. Remind people of what you two do.
We do music, and we do it all online, really, at the end of the day. It was kind of a bit of experiment. We're both musicians for years, but we thought we'd try this as an experiment. With the general idea of to write music and put ourselves under pressure to write new music every month and then be able to give it away. Or, the alternative is to sell it, but people can either buy the single. We're releasing a single tomorrow, our first one called Rome. You have the CD, there's 8 different mixes. Actually not even mixes, there are 8 completely different interpretations of them. There's
same but different.
Yeah, there's a rock one, and then there's another one which is an orchestra almost.
The string one.
Kind of a string one, they call it string theory, and there's an electronic version, and then there's loads of them. So and that was our initial idea, and we haven't even started it. We're only really starting this tomorrow, and even up to now we've done a gig in November and a gig in December, and both of them they've actually seemed to work quite well.
So these are the online gigs, because
the
you guys were
gigs,
saying
yeah.
To hell with this live gigging kind of thing, we're going to try it online.
It's not necessarily, since we got into the JD Live competition, you see, we can't say it's to hell with live gigging, but really, if it's easier for a band to play online, and it's easier to do and to set up and to organise, and especially we had LWAP, who are a young Carlo band playing with us. They're all 15, they're brilliant, like really, really good, but they can't play in pubs or anywhere, so it's perfect for bands like that as well to get a bit of, because it's otherwise to the band it is like gigging live. You're doing everything, you're playing
and
everything.
If the technology is available to do it, why not try it?
Yeah, well, I suppose
use what's there.
I was bandying out your idea though to other musicians who've been in kind of visiting musicians, and they were kind of wondering how you guys are feeling about it, because the way usually the live performance you're feeding off the crowd. I mean, how do you?
That's very true, but at the same time, as anybody who really is in a band knows, it can work the other way. You can be playing a gig where there's 5 people there, and it's very, very hard. It's okay when, on the very rare occasions, because I challenge any independent band to say that they play every gig and the place is packed, because it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So the other way around it is, what we do is we have Skype conversations coming in, and with people on chat. So we have a good few. While we're playing away, there's usually another couple of people hanging around in the shed, and they're on the chat with thing, and you get feedback from people. So
great.
It works better than a gig, because it's like, imagine a live gig where somebody in the audience could pass information directly to the band while the band are playing. So, do you know what I mean? This is the kind of interaction. It's a different kind of interaction, I suppose.
But also interacting with each other as well. We feed off each other as musicians do in any sort of.
And it does, for the live gig in that kind of sense, it works better, considering we're in a place we're well used to, which is a place where we rehearse, so you're more comfortable.
Claustrophobic space.
Yeah, well, and you have to move your guitar so you don't hit Steve in the face and stuff like that, so it is easier to get into a bit of a groove or a bit of a jam, easier, but as well as I happen to notice there's a video online, which as usual I can't remember the URL, but it's a study done by some university in England about music and where it's going to. And be honest, if somebody watched that video, they'd think we seen that and took the idea. It's exactly what we're talking about. And even the idea of having a shed where we're trying to communicate with listeners and develop a relationship with them. Your man from Last FM was saying that that's precisely what they do, is they need to work with the listeners and with the people supplying the music, and to try and develop a community, because that's the way music, people they don't buy music, they consume it. So that's the angle, which we do seem to be on track for, but it's good crack though.
And you're enjoying it, you're obviously enjoying it.
Yeah. It's good fun.
But normally if you release a single, for example, you might spend ages trying to get, and you've only got one version. We're fit to give you 8 different, and it's the 8 different ones that we mess around with.
CD. Like I had on my own CD with Edwina written across the top.
Well, we're just a bit late on the proper releases yet, but I
love it. Well, we'll give one of those a spin a little bit later on.
And it does kind of put us under pressure though as well. Because Stevie's saying there's 8 there, this one, will there be that many next month? We don't know. Do you know what I mean? But it puts us under pressure to be creative and try and come out with stuff.
Yeah, it's a very creative environment, I think. So that's the main thing.
And it's challenging, you're constantly challenged, like to keep that up and to explore new avenues.
Yeah, it doesn't stagnate then, you know.
Excellent. So what else is new for you then? What else are you doing?
Well, we mainly have been concentrating on this single release, which has been going down quite well, really. And even I don't want to say we've had it played in a few video stations, but it has been, and it's got decent thing. But then we got part as Jack Daniels Live 2010, where they choose 20 bands to do. I think we're playing in Dolan's in Limerick on March the 5th.
Excellent.
And as far as I know at the minute, there's a coach going down and it'll be free. So coach will be leaving Carlow, it'll be going down. Even though technically I suppose you're Kilkenny, Stevie, though, really. So it's kind of a bit bad it's leaving Carlow, but that's just the way it is. But and
meeting Paul's now.
yeah, halfway. But and we think we're even going to detour through Port on the way to collect. There'll be people up there as well.
And when is that?
That's Friday, March the 5th.
Okay.
But we don't have any more details on it as yet because, well, we thought that was kind of ironic considering that we do all our gigs on live, or online, sorry, and then we end up getting into a live competition. So.
It's not bad though. It's a good thing.
Well, it is a good thing. Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm not knocking playing live, but at least if we're going to play live, it'll be a decent setup with people at it, which is important.
And we're hoping to have some guest musicians play with us as well.
Well, we're going to have to fill out the band because, you know, we can't play drums and play at the same time.
And since it's a live competition, we thought we'd better actually have a live drummer. So.
That might help, you know. Yeah,
well, we have Karen and Neil playing keyboards first. Karen is a Carlow musician. She's brilliant. She really is. She's done keyboards on the 7 Cortina's album as well, and stuff, but she's really, really good. And then we have no relation but Darren and Neil.
Okay.
So
on drums.
Karen and Darren.
Karen and Darren. We're thinking of calling them the Neil twins or something, but they aren't related whatsoever.
Well, listen, I'm going to have to let you go because we've got news at 6 o'clock, but you'll keep us posted on...
Well, indeed. Thanks very much for that.
And we might hook up with you on the 5th as well. You might come back into us before that too. But remind people if they want to check you out, where should they go?
It's just tomorrow night at 10 o'clock at macrogrizzly.com. Once you get to the website at 10 o'clock, all the information will be there. Basically, they're camera feeds. You just click on the camera feed, you'll hear the audio and you'll see the video.
Excellent. And if you're on Skype, you can...
Aye, we're having a bit in the middle, and we might have a kind of a almost famousy type punk legend on halfway through. He told us last night he would, but now whether he's on the time or not, we don't know. But
excellent.
So it'll be worth tuning into the crack.
Good stuff. We might be doing that tomorrow. Yeah. So I'll be there in the middle of the Carlow GA Awards trying to hook up. Lads, thanks for coming in.
Thanks very much.
Hope the traffic isn't as bad on the way out.
Well, at least we won't be in a rush to leave.
That's
as
true.
we were to get here.
We
were nearly killing people just to get here.
If you see these two on the roads, maybe just pull in anyway, let them pass. That's Macro Grizzly there, and we'll give the track a spin in a little while. In the meantime, let's go over to Tom Dowling for the main evening news and sport.
The heart of Carlow, Kilkenny.
Thanks a million.
This